Once upon a time, in a land where magic was as common as the morning dew, there was a small village nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests. This village was renowned for its enchanting beauty and the whimsical creatures that called it home. Among the villagers was a young girl named Alara, who was known for her boundless curiosity and adventurous spirit. Alara lived with her grandmother, a wise woman who was famous for her knowledge of ancient magic and mystical artifacts. The most cherished possession in their quaint cottage was a beautifully crafted broomstick. It was not an ordinary broomstick, but a magical one that could fly through the skies with the greatest of ease. Alara had always been fascinated by the stories her grandmother told about the broomstick's incredible adventures. One crisp autumn morning, as Alara was tending to her grandmother's garden, she noticed something unusual. A tiny golden beetle was fluttering around the flowers. It sparkled in the sunlight, casting a golden glow wherever it went. Alara had never seen a beetle like this before. It seemed to have a twinkle of magic about it, and its tiny wings sparkled as if they were dusted with stardust. Alara gently caught the beetle and held it in her palm. To her amazement, the beetle began to speak in a soft, whispering voice. "Hello, dear child. I am not just any beetle. I am a messenger of the whispering wind. I have come to seek your help on a grand adventure." Alara's eyes widened with excitement. "What kind of adventure?" she asked eagerly. The golden beetle explained that there was a hidden treasure that had been lost for centuries. It was a golden sword with the power to control the winds and protect the land from evil forces. The sword was hidden in a distant and enchanted forest, guarded by mystical creatures and ancient enchantments. Only someone with a pure heart and brave spirit could retrieve it. "I believe you are that person, Alara," the beetle said. "Will you help us?" Without a second thought, Alara agreed. The beetle led her to the old broomstick, which was now glowing with an ethereal light. "This broomstick will guide you on your journey," the beetle said. "Just hold on tight and trust in its magic." With a sense of exhilaration, Alara mounted the broomstick. As it lifted off the ground, the wind whispered secrets of the world below. The village grew smaller and smaller until it was just a speck in the distance. Alara soared above forests, rivers, and valleys, feeling the thrill of the open sky. The journey was not without its challenges. As Alara flew deeper into the enchanted forest, she encountered swirling mists and peculiar creatures. There were mischievous pixies who tried to lead her astray, and ancient trees that spoke in riddles. But with the help of the broomstick and her own cleverness, Alara navigated through each trial with determination. After what felt like hours of flying through the forest's dense canopy, Alara finally arrived at a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood an old stone pedestal, and on it rested the golden sword. The sword was magnificent, its blade shimmering with a golden hue that seemed to dance with the light. Alara approached the pedestal cautiously. Just as she was about to reach for the sword, a shadow fell over her. A tall, dark figure emerged from the trees. It was a sorcerer, his eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. "You should not have come here, child," the sorcerer said, his voice echoing through the clearing. "The sword belongs to me." Alara's heart raced, but she did not back down. She knew that the sword was crucial for protecting the land, and she had come too far to give up now. The broomstick, sensing her bravery, began to glow even brighter. With a swift motion, Alara grabbed the sword and held it aloft. The moment the sword touched her hand, the winds around the clearing began to swirl with incredible force. The sorcerer tried to fight the wind, but the magical currents were too powerful. Alara, with the sword in her grasp, felt a surge of courage and determination. She knew that the sword's true power lay not in its blade, but in the strength of her heart and spirit. The sorcerer, overwhelmed by the winds and Alara's resolve, retreated into the forest, his plans thwarted. Alara stood victorious, the golden sword glowing with a warm light. The forest seemed to sigh in relief, and the magical creatures emerged from their hiding places, celebrating the bravery of the young girl who had saved them. The tiny golden beetle appeared once again, fluttering joyfully around Alara. "You have done it, Alara," the beetle exclaimed. "You have retrieved the golden sword and restored balance to our world." Alara smiled, her heart full of joy. "What will happen now?" she asked. "The sword must be returned to its rightful place in the heart of the forest," the beetle explained. "It will continue to protect the land and keep the winds gentle and fair." With the beetle's guidance, Alara flew back to the pedestal and placed the sword gently upon it. As she did, a gentle breeze swept through the forest, carrying with it a sense of peace and harmony. The golden sword was once again safe, and the balance of magic was restored. Alara returned to her village, her heart filled with the warmth of her adventure. She knew that she had accomplished something truly extraordinary. Her grandmother welcomed her with open arms, proud of her granddaughter's bravery and kindness. From that day on, Alara's story became a legend in the village. The tale of the flying broomstick, the tiny golden beetle, and the whispering wind adventure was told to children and travelers alike, inspiring them to believe in their own courage and the magic that lay within their hearts. And so, Alara's adventures continued, with the magic of the broomstick and the whispering winds guiding her wherever she went. The land was safe, and the winds were gentle, all thanks to the bravery of a young girl who dared to follow her heart. The end.